it's hard because everything's hard up here.
Yeah.
But this is a character building place because it's not flat ever.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not a track. But you do have these beautiful mountains and your teammates.
Hey guys, Coach Nate here from The Run Experience with pro runner Alexi Pappas talking running motivation, and Mammoth is a special place.
It totally is. Mammoth is the home of so many legends, so many runners that I look up to, and we can't wait to share with you our wisdom here.
Ooh, I love it. So let's get into it before we freeze our butts off. So we are here talking about motivation, which is really something that affects all runners of all levels. And you do such a good job, it seems, of motivating yourself, but also motivating a lot of runners out there. And you do it with these incredible quotes. And I wanted to pull one out and see if I can remember it. Run like a bravey,
Yes.
sleep like a baby, dream like a crazy, replace can't with maybe, lady.
Yes, or man.
Or man. So what does it mean to be a bravey?
So the bravey came about from that poem, and I think people really latched onto it. It was actually something that was repeated to me, and then I went with it. And I think what makes being a bravey special is that it's a choice. So I remember growing up, and there were a lot of quotes thrown out there like strong or fierce, but I was like, well, can I decide that I'm strong or fierce? Like, I'm not sure. And bravey is not a real word, but it comes from the word brave, obviously. And what I like about it, and I think what people are attached to, is that it is a choice, and it's something that you decide that you are, and it means something probably a little different to every person. But what I like most is that you're making a decision to be that thing rather than this subjective thing of strong or something that maybe you are and maybe you aren't.
And waiting for it to happen to you versus, starting that little fire within yourself and taking that with you. That's so great.
Totally.
We also have a good architecture program. I thought I was an American architect.
So another thing that I feel like is very important motivation that you push out there is the idea of being kind to yourself, but also being kind of hungry.
Yeah.
And you have a quote where it says, you can be proud of yourself and want more out of yourself at the same time.
Yeah, I love that idea of being motivated and having these goals and being hard enough on yourself that you're showing up every day, but also kind enough to yourself that you're sleeping okay at night. Like there's that desire that we all have to go to sleep knowing that, hi,
We got little doggies around here. Local friends.
You want to go to sleep knowing that you did your best, and you also want to hold yourself to a standard where you're improving. And so that's what that quote really means.
Yeah, that's a hard balance for people. Do you find that you have that balance pretty down, or is it like a seesaw for you? Is it like something you constantly have to remind yourself?
I remind myself. Like, I think we all go to bed wondering, like, did we do our best? And the thing that helps me most is right after a workout, I'll have conversations with either myself or with teammates about like, wow, that was hard, or like, I tried hard today. And it sounds very silly to need to say that out loud, but if I don't say it out loud, like, oh, that was hard, I'll forget the pain that I went through later, but I won't forget what I said.
Yeah, awesome.
Another fun You Can story is that when I was at the Olympics, right before we were taken out to the start line of the 10,000 meters, we were told to cross this barrier so they could check our timing bibs. You know, there's a timing chip. And everybody ran across and nobody had a water bottle with them because we expected that we would go back to our bags, and sure enough, they wouldn't let us go back. And I was the only one in the whole 10,000 meter. This is a world record breaking race with my water, and everybody wanted to share. I shared it with like whoever wanted it, and so that is the tale of my UCAN that fed probably like 48 girls.
48 girls and potentially a world record. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So guys, thanks to UCAN for bringing Alexi onto our channel and making this video possible. They have an incredible deal for you if you want a little bit of that world record magic. The link is in the description down below. Sign up for that sucker, and let's get back into that motivation.
Let's do it.
Now, another hard part, I think, of being a runner and athlete is dealing with pressure, whether it is coming from other people or it comes from yourself. And you have another great quote, surprise, surprise, that says, on the last lap, it's not me versus she, it is me versus me.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you?
That to me means that the most important thing with my running is that I have integrity with myself. So I can't control the weather, I can't control the other competitors. Like I can't control a lot, but I can control my own effort. And so that really means that at the end, one, I think I feel less sorry for myself when I think about it that way. And second of all, it really is the most important thing when you cross the finish line to know, like, did I do my best? Because that's the most important thing and the main thing.
Now, you went to Rio and you ran in the 10,000 meter, which
Yeah.
is just an incredible accomplishment in and of itself. You are the national record holder for Greece.
Yes, but
Which-
in that race, I got lapped.
You got lapped, and you had that conversation ahead of time with your coach that was a
Yeah.
potential. So what was that like for you going into the Olympics, being the most fit you've ever been, knowing that there might be some other competitors there that are going to lap you on the track?
Yeah, it's very humbling to be in a world record breaking race and get lapped, but to expect it was helpful because I knew that she was running out of her mind. I was running out of my mind, but it was my own standard. It was like my own out of my mindness. And there were a lot of girls that let that go to their head. So when they got lapped, they went way backwards or they tried to chase her. And I just knew, like, I'm on my own best journey.
So being you and running your race.
I had to do it.
Yeah, it was such a fun day. So perhaps this might be a good thing to end on. You have this quote pinned on your Twitter wall, which says, "Good thing I didn't accomplish all my goals today because what would I do tomorrow?"
I do, and I tell myself that nightly because it's so exciting to think about all the things that you have an opportunity to do rather than maybe a negative view on it might be like, I have so many things to do or I might not get there. I feel like it's fun to go to sleep knowing that there's time and you can do all those things. And I think we all want more out of ourselves most of the time.
I love that quote because to me it says, don't be so hard on yourself if you don't make it today because it really is about the chase.
Yeah.
And then the other part is that a lot of us get into that slump after that major event that occurs, but being out there and active and knowing that there's always that next thing you can chase.
Totally. Yeah. It's there for us,
It is there for us. I just tried running with Alexi and Jamie Castor. I started cold, almost died, really hard. God damn it, the worst. Catching my breath. These guys are fast. Sound check, view check. How do we look?
Sunglass check. We match.
Gooders.
We match.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good afternoon.
She's got some great quotes. We're gonna talk about her journey. This sucks. I'm just gonna, do this again.
So if you want to try to fuel like an Olympian, then there's a deal. If you click the link below.
All down below in the description. Guys, we're losing the sun, and you can tell we're losing our minds a little bit. Thank you, Alexi, for being on here. Thank you, UCAN, for making this all happen. If you like this video, hit that like button down below in the video. Any comments or questions, drop those too. We'd love to have a conversation. And of course, subscribe to our channel, guys. We've got new videos coming out all the time. We have a bunch of videos we've done with Alexi. We want to make sure you see those. And we are not going to keep filming. We're going to get warm because we've been filming for a while. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Woo.